My name is Cameron Branch. I'm a junior business management major.
My name is Derek Franklin, and I'm a junior marketing major.
Hey everybody, my name is Antoine Collins. I am a junior finance major.
Y'all see me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My name is Aubrey Williams. I'm a finance major.
My name is Cameron Washington. I'm a senior management major.
And today I decided to do the organize a fundraiser portion for the project. I just thought that fundraising, it brings a lot of awareness, and that's just something that drew my attention. So I decided to do something that is important to me, and that's fundraising for Tancardia and AFib awareness. So all the proceeds for this fundraiser would go to research for Tancardia and AFib, as they do not have cures. There is ways to prevent, not really prevent it. You're always going to have it, but there are ways to calm it. But just this is just for research to maybe someday there'll be a cure. So why this fundraiser matters is because up to 1/3 of AFib and tachycardia cases go undiagnosed. So a lot of people may have this and not know that they have it until maybe it's too late. And I wanted to do this because Gen Z is increasingly focused on health and wellness. It's all over TikTok, it's all over Instagram. Drink the right juices, exercise, just constantly going to the gym, constantly making health and wellness a priority. So I felt like a lot of people would be interested in actually coming up to this booth that I'm going to talk about later on and seeing what it's about. So for this fundraiser, I would sell affordable heart monitors that can help early detection. So when you're working out, you can just track your heart rate and just see if it's a little abnormal. So the brochures that I'll pass out will show you what, like, because of your age and your weight, what your heart rate should be. Just when you're walking, when you're sleeping, and when you're exercising. And if you notice that your heart rate is not in between those two lines, then it might cause for concern, and you just go to the doctor and they'll diagnose you. And then, of course, like I mentioned, all proceeds go to research and studies. So what is tachycardia and AFib? So tachycardia is a fast heart rate, which is more than 100 beats per minute at rest. And AFib is just irregular, rapid heartbeat that increases stroke or risk. And the symptoms will be heart palpitations. If you've ever felt like maybe you had too much coffee one day and you felt like your heart beating out your chest and you just felt it, that's palpitations. And dizziness, sometimes like you may just be like standing there, and it doesn't necessarily, the room has to be spinning. I know that's like a, when people say they're dizzy, like the room is spinning, you can just be there and like the room is kind of going a little bit out of focus. So you just feel a little bit odd. Fatigue, that goes without saying, and chest discomfort, if you feel like a tightness or just something that you don't normally feel. It's not always a tightness, it could be different things. And so statistics, AFib, over 6 million Americans are affected, and many are unaware, like I mentioned earlier. And tachycardia affects 2.25% of the general population, with risk increasing with age and underlying conditions. But you can get diagnosed at any age. You don't have to be old to have that, and that's a common misconception. And tachycardia and AFib combined amount for a significant number of emergency heart-related visits each year. Okay, the plan and fundraising goal. So I want to sell affordable heart rate monitors for $5 each. And the goal is to raise $1,000 for research. I will be hosting it at Texas Southern University during SpringFest because everyone will be on campus. And I hope to be able to host it all throughout SpringFest, and just have a little booth seated somewhere, but I'll get into that later. And then I'll be accepting payments via cash, Zelle, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, and I will need up to 3 volunteers, including myself. And then I'll talk about that a little bit more. So budget breakdown. So, I'm a college student, so I have to be realistic. I would have to buy these heart monitors from Temu. They're $1.30 each. But I read the description and they look to be very good. Like people saying they last, they actually work. It's not just on a budget. that it's actually good material. So I'll purchase them all. It will cost me $290. And I plan to sell them for 5 each with 1,000 potential funds raised. I'll have no deadline because as I am presenting it at the Spring Fest, I will still have it up online just in case I don't reach my $1,000. So the funds will continuously support research. So there won't be a deadline on when you can, purchase to support. And how to support, you visit our booth at the TSU Spring Fest, purchase a monitor for yourself or your loved one. And I would hope that you would share the donation link on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and just spread awareness. Every share helps. So the awareness, materials, and costs. So the brochures that I will need, it will have information pamphlets on and AFib. So it will take me like $50 to print everything off. Just because I want to do in color. So I could print at the library for free, but I want it to be in color. So posters and signs. Of course, I'll have a poster seated at the table just to bring people in to see what I have going on. That'll be $30. Table setup, tablecloths, holders, and decorations for the table, that'll run me like $20. And then just total additional costs, I'll say about $100. And the goal is to ensure attendees leave with educational materials to spread awareness. So on the brochure, it will tell you if you go home and you use a heart monitor, like I said, and you notice that maybe something is a bit off, just to keep monitoring your symptoms, your rapid heart rate, dizziness, fatigue, and just to record your heart rate readings over time. This will benefit you if you do have to go to the doctors and set up a doctor's appointment. You can show them, hey, this is a time that my heart was a little abnormal, because when you go to the doctors, it might be perfectly fine and they can't see anything wrong, but you can show them when something was happening. And schedule a doctor's appointment, of course, to visit and share your data, and follow doctor's recommendations, tests, treatments, lifestyle, and changes. Never go out on your own and try to cure yourself, because that won't be beneficial. So the volunteers and tasks that I will need 3 volunteers. And my friends, I have good, reliable friends, so I don't have to pay them to help me, but they'll help me with table setup, the heart rate monitor sales, engaging with visitors. I will inform them everything they need to know so they can be as well informed as me. So when people have questions, they'll know how to answer them. And assist in distributing educational materials and sharing the fundraising pages link. So the task list is pre-event. Of course, I have to secure TSU's permission to have the table during these events during Spring Fest. And hopefully I can get it secured as it is raising awareness. And I would order and organize heart rate monitors from Temu, design and print promotional materials, set up social media pages, and create a clear link for donations and online purchases. Then my task list during the event will be table setup during Spring Fest with heart rate monitors, donations, information, and promotional materials. I would engage with students, faculty, and the community to buy heart rate monitors and donate, share educational content, and promote the online donation page. And then my task list post-event is to track total funds raised, send thank you notes, and updates on how funds will be used for research. And then this is just another awareness and promotion. I will really be targeting Gen Z because I know Gen Z will be like, oh, okay, well, if I'm getting this, I know my mom should have this, or if I'm getting this, my sister should have this. And they're highly health conscious, as I said, and engage with wellness practices. They use social media platforms that would get my fundraiser out there to the world, not just TSU, but that's my main target for now. And just to share health tips, symptoms, and, things of importance. And the statistics include younger generations are more health conscious than previous generations. And that's actually supported by the Texas Health Study. Just a few key statistics on tachycardia and AFib. About 2.7 to 6.1 million Americans have AFib. Up to 33% of AFib cases are asymptomatic, and approximately 10% of people over the age of 65 have AFib. And then just the heart rate monitoring, early detection of AFib can reduce the risk of complications by 60%, which is very important and which will be highlighted throughout the brochure. And tachycardia increases the risk of heart failure and sudden cardiac arrest. So this is just my call to action, which will also be on the brochure. Um, Join us in raising awareness. Purchase a heart rate monitor for just $5 a day. Every dollar you spend helps fund research and support awareness for AFib and tachycardia. And then I'll always have the online fundraising link and just like a little QR code you can scan at the table just to purchase. And just encourage people to share their donation page on their social media to reach a broader audience just beyond TSU. And then monitoring and evaluation. I would just monitor my sales and donations throughout the event to adjust strategies if needed. I would collect feedback from attendees. This is very important, and volunteers about the event's effectiveness, post-event evaluation, compare the fundraising goal and actual funds raised. And of course, plan for the future of fundraising events, because I plan to do this again if all goes successful. And this is just a thank you, things that I would say at the end of the brochure or to them when they purchase a heart rate monitor. And then just together we can make a difference. I'll have all my contact info, not just for donations and questions, but if they want to reach out to me and just hear from me. And then I would just encourage ongoing support and social media shares. And yeah, that's my fundraising goal.
That's interesting. Some stuff I didn't even know about.
Yeah, honestly, that's really good. You really went into depth with a lot of details, and that's really good about how you want to do it, why you want to do it, what's the reason for doing it, all of that. You explain everything, and that's something that's really that needs to be like understood. And when you're doing business, about what's really going on throughout the business and where all the money going and things like that. So that's really good though that you put that all in there.
For sure.
Thank you, hon. Appreciate it. I appreciate it, guys.
So the name of the business I came up with, first of all, I picked to build a website to find a product to sell. And the name of the business I came up with was Lockaway Heels. If you look at the heels, you see the little lock around the ankle. So that's where the name kind of came from. It's to play off of that. Um, the first thing I had to do was decide if I was going to use Shopify or WooCommerce. You can use either one of them when it comes to selling products online. It's all about preference. I chose Shopify because they had a deal going on where like the first month of hosting is like $1. The second month is $1, then it goes to $28. So it kind of like minimized my costs when it came to like either that or WooCommerce, because WooCommerce I would have to get a couple plugins. So I went with Shopify for this. The next thing I had to figure out was where was I going to source these products from? I didn't want to hold any product, first of all. That was like the main thing. I did not want to have any product in hand. So I chose to use the drop shipping method. So it was going to be either Alibaba or AliExpress because they have the easier way to set up to drop ship. So I went with AliExpress because they had the product that I was looking for. And then when it came to the colors, I had to figure out like I wanted an elegant look for the heels. So I chose gold, black, and white because they do have elegance tied to them. So that was the reason I went with those colors. And then when it came to the logo, it's a logo that I made on Canva. I try to decide what would best signify that this is that the lock was involved with it. So I put the like a little emoji in between for the circle for the O instead of an O. And I feel like that kind of tied it together. Now I'm gonna show y'all the methods that I use. So when I was on AliExpress and I was looking for the product, I came across these heels right here that they cost $12.91. So when it comes to drop shipping, um, you would basically what you would do is on the site on Shopify, on the orders right here, it will show that the orders that somebody placed the order that they want to order for us, and I got a purse that heels at $79.89. So the order will pop up right here, and once I click fulfill on there, what Shopify does, well, what the app does is it takes that signal all the way to AliExpress and it goes and buys these heels for $12.91, and they use the customer information that they input it on the website and purchase those heels for $12.91, and then it bounces back to the site and it pays me out. So it was $79.89, $12.91 for the heels. So basically, I'm profiting $67. So the profit margin is 84%, which is uh, crazy profit margins when it comes to any kind of product. So 84%, you're living in nothing but wealth. Um, and this is the site. I kept with the black and the gold, black, gold, and white theme to signify the elegance. I put the free shipping on top because I'm already getting 84% profit margin. I don't care about paying for the shipping, which would be $5, $10 for that. So when you think about business, you want to think about how you can pull customers in the easiest. And free shipping is one of those ways where customers are going to say, okay, yeah, I can buy something from here because I don't have to pay for shipping, even though shipping is like relatively low. So I went with that. And it's a one product shop. It's a one product store website. So I wanted to keep it one product because I don't want to give too many options. I got the only options I have are different colors, but in this grand scheme of things, it's only one product. So, and I also kept the European sizing just so I can give a high end type of look to it. And it is a chart when you go to the actual, when you go to the full details. When you go to the full details, there's a sizing chart for people to see what actual size that they need for the US size. But I strictly kept the European sizing so it can give a high end look to it. And the different colors are pink, you got a black one, you got a white, beige, you got a beige, and you got this brown color right here. All of them are the same price, 79.89. And like I said, profit margins are out of this world. That's why I went that route. This is a very easy website to make that I can literally show y'all how to make these type of websites in like 5 to 10 minutes for y'all to make products and put things out if y'all would like to. Is the way of the world when it comes to drop shipping. A lot of things that we get from Amazon is drop shipped from China and other countries of the sort for the cheaper prices. And that's the reason that I chose this route. And that's all I have.
That was well. I like that you're crafty and websites and stuff like that. I made a website for my hair stylist, so that was nice. And just to show you knew all your drop shipping information and you chose Shopify over Woo. I really like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, me too. I really like your idea too. You just made it really simple to do everything. Everything just really already there for you, and it's a good way to shoot, expand yourself financially
Yeah,
into businesses. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing wrong with having an online business that's creating passive income for yourself. A lot of people should really get into that. And then how you broke it down, like it's really simple to just get into it, to just get it going. So, I really like that idea right there.
appreciate it.
And you also picked out a really nice heel, so that also helps.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
That brown was looking really nice.
All right, so I guess I'm up next. 1 second, let me share my screen. Are you still sharing, Derek?
No, it's good for you to go.
All right. Can everybody see the screen? Yeah. All right, perfect. So I decided to go with a fundraiser. It's a pretty unique fundraiser. It's called Urban Grapevine Tours. It's a winery and brunch experience like no other that will be used to raise funds and awareness for Houston area teachers. To help them get supplies and things like that, because oftentimes teachers don't have enough money for supplies, furnitures, and extras for their kids and things like that. And then we also have our current president saying he's going to be doing away with the Department of Education. So it's a good time to do everything we can for the teachers. So what it is it's a winery and brunch tour where we will sell tickets. We will pick up the patrons in a party bus, and we will drive them to a winery in Conroe called Blue Epiphany Winery. And on the way there, they'll have drinks and music on the bus. Once they get there, there will be brunch and a wine flight. And all the proceeds from the event outside of operations will go to a teacher or group of teachers of our choice. We'll enter them all in a raffle after the event, and we'll choose our winners. What we offer, well, basically the children are our futures, and the teachers are our guides. In today's economy, teachers find it hard to afford supplies to enrich their learning experience. This unique event concept will help raise money for this purpose, as well as provide a much needed outing for some of our nation's hardest workers. The excursions deliver a perfect blend of luxury, leisure, and community. Participants travel in style in a party bus offering comfort and fun en route. We also include music, engaging games, and light refreshments, keeping the journey vibrant and interactive. This excursion stands out by blending Houston's rich wine culture with upscale socializing themed adventures. All of the proceeds after operating costs will go to a group of teachers or teacher from a school of our choosing. A typical day with Urban Grapevine Tours would be a meetup at a downtown Houston winery. We will pick them up with the party bus with mimosas. We will drive to the winery, and there will be a wine tasting and brunch buffet at Blue Epiphany, catered by our personal chefs. And then we will return to downtown Houston on the party bus, where we will dismiss. What do teachers love? Teachers work tirelessly to educate and inspire, and after long days in the classroom, many enjoy unwinding with a well deserved glass of wine. A wine tour offers the perfect opportunity to relax, socialize, and indulge in the finer things, providing a refreshing escape from their daily responsibilities. As a reward for their dedication, a guided tasting experience through scenic vineyards would be the ultimate way for teachers to recharge and celebrate their hard work. I did include a graph of what women and teachers like to do for social outings. 85% of respondents do have an affinity for dinner dates. 75% enjoy parties, and 70% enjoy traveling with companions. So this kind of combines all that for them to give them a great experience that they can enjoy, and will at least one of them will benefit from the end. All right. So how we make the money? All right, so the tickets are sold. The tickets are priced at $100 per person or $165 per couple, um, offering a discount to couples to provide paired purchases. Our full capacity for the bus is 48 attendees. At full capacity, ticket sales generate a revenue of $4,480. The expenses surrounding this would be $2,800. That will include the venue, food, entertainment, and staff. The chefs who actually will do the cooking are my personal friends, and since this is for a good cause, they would likely be willing to do it for free or for less. So that would just increase the amount of money that we would generate at the end. It would probably add about $500 or $600 to the profit. And these are fixed costs. So the goal is to sell enough tickets to cover these expenses and generate the profit, which we will pass on to the teachers. Oops. The spreadsheet to the right shows a profit margin of $1,680 per event at full capacity. So that includes all those things that I told you about there. So basically with ticket sales, $100 or $165, full capacity, 48 attendees, revenue $4,480. Event expenses $2,800 will leave an event profit of $1,680. Towards the end of the event, we will provide raffle tickets to all of our our educational professional attendees, and then we'll draw the names out the raffle and see who gets the money. $1,600 would definitely be enough to provide them with supplies and additional furniture and all sorts of things for their teachers to enrich their students' lives and make things easier for them. The road ahead, the things that will need to be done is we have to secure the partnerships. So Blue Epiphany, I've worked with them before on this sort of thing, so that won't be an issue. We will need to secure a downtown location for the meeting, as the previous winery that I worked with, we'll just say that relationship deteriorated. The fundraising model, we have to determine ticket prices, which we already set at $100 or $165. I would like to include sponsorship opportunities, and I put how much will go towards class supplies. we'll donate all the proceeds to the teachers. Booking logistics, we need to reserve winery tours, brunch venues, and transportation, ensuring all bookings align with the scheduled event. Create a marketing plan. The easiest way to do this would be to promote to teachers via social media and selling the tickets through Groupon. Something I've had experience with that worked pretty well. And we could offer early bird discounts as an incentive to get additional tickets. So sell tickets and track registrations. Again, we'll use an online tracking platform and monitor sales to adjust marketing efforts if needed. We'll need to prepare event day details, basically confirm all reservations, create an itinerary, and provide attendees with clear, concise instructions. Hosting the event, I typically host the event, so that's free and amazing for us. Just ensuring that everything runs smoothly, engaging with the teachers, and create a fun, relaxing experience. And then, of course, there's the post-event follow-up, sending out emails to thank all the attendees, sharing event pictures and highlights. That way the teachers can share and they can take part in the marketing so we can have a bigger turnout with each event. And then we need to distribute the funds raised for class supplies, with each attendee receiving a raffle ticket, at which time we'll choose the 1 or 2 winners. And that's all I got. This is a little sample of flyer that we did for a party we did before. But yeah, that's my event, the Urban Grapevine Winery and Brunch Tour, as a fundraiser for teachers.
I like that, and like that you kept the teachers in mind, especially like you said, and this what's going on now in today's world and with the government and things like that. Although I do have to say, guys, we have 3 minutes remaining in this meeting, so I'm going to have to end it just because we have 3 more people that have to present, and then I'm going to combine the 2 videos. I'm going to make a new Zoom meeting, so I'm about to put that in the group chat right now, and then if you can all just join back so we can knock these last 3 out for it.
Awesome.
Good stuff, Antoine.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really like y'all ideas though, by the way. I like that y'all like really did real world events, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff that's actually going on in the world. That's something that something kind of personal. So I really like that about y'all.
For sure.
I feel like all y'all were creative with your ideas.
Yeah. They were for sure.
Okay, can you guys see?
We can.
Okay. So for my individual project, I decided to do innovate an everyday process improvement. So I chose the grocery store checkout process. So some goals that we would set would be smart cars for automatic scanning items. We could use mobile apps for quick and seamless checkouts, and then automated payment with facial recognition. Some methods we could use to get some research would be surveys online and in the store, and then we could also have focus groups that we could get direct feedback from consumers, because that's who we want to cater to. And then obviously use our observations, analyze peak hours, because that's what we want to reduce, like traffic and stuff with the checkout lines when it gets long. So questions we would ask: what do consumers like or dislike about the current checkout process? Would they use self-checkout kiosks or mobile apps? And then what improvements would make them more likely to use them? So this would be kind of like a rough timeline. So we would do research and concept development, would take probably like a month or so. And that would be like final ideas and research report. and then we would come up with like a prototype design, which may takes longer time. So like I'm thinking like 2 month period, and then we would try and make the smart card and kiosk prototypes and complete final drafts of that. Also, with the app development and testing, probably would take a little bit longer, more so like 3 months, because we need to do beta testing of the mobile app. And then system integration and testing would take 2 months, with full integration of the smart cart and the kiosk. And then we would try and develop and launch both together 1 month, and then use the system deploy test in certain locations. And then obviously post launch evaluation would be ongoing, and we would be collecting feedback and refine the items. So the budget breakdown, smart card development would be 150,000, kiosk development 200,000, app development 100,000, automated payment system 250,000, marketing for the projects 50,000, and then employee training 25,000, and then like other miscellaneous would be 50,000, and so all together the total would be 775,000. So projected savings, labor costs, we wouldn't need as many cashiers, so I'm thinking we save like 200,000 annually because of that. And then sales and customer retention, it would be faster checkout, which improves customer satisfaction, and that could increase sales by 10%. And then maintenance costs probably 50,000 a year just for system upkeep. Like when you use technology, it always needs to upgrade. So, and then post launch evaluation, we could have like weekly meetings. Ask yourself, did we reach our goal? So going back to funds raised and the savings, and then using the feedback from our customers, asking, are they satisfied, and then improvements based on the real world usage, and then lessons learned. Obviously, technology, it's fast and it's easy, but it also comes with a lot of issues. So just trying to focus on minor technology issues. And then that's all I have for you guys.
That's good. I know
No,
I would like that just because it gets tedious, standing in line and waiting on someone in front of you that has like 100 plus groceries. So I like that idea.
I like
Y'all ever
that.
use a system where like you put something like some clothes in a like a place, and it just adds up all the prices automatically?
Cart.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that when I first used that, I was astonished. I would love a smart card right now.
So me, okay, let me see how to share. Application window or entire screen?
You in,
Um,
in your iPhone?
Huh?
In your iPhone?
No, I'm on my laptop.
you can just do an entire screen. Or no, just yeah, you can do yeah.
Like this. Y'all
Yeah.
see? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So mine is a fundraiser for my organization, Iota Phi Theta Fraternity, and the fundraiser. Oh yeah, the fundraiser is selling baked goods. I'm selling baked goods because it's a fairly simple idea and it's a quick way to make some money, and especially to just put yourself out there and just being able to just talk with people and just meet people. And right now I'm really focused on the target audience is the campus, more of college students and things like that. But for the budgeting of this project or this fundraiser, we're gonna aim for about $1,000 for that week. We're planning on just selling from Monday from Monday to Friday. From and also taking pre-orders because we can just post it on social media and say, hey, we're gonna be here at this time. If you would like to place an order, you can just purchase through the Cash App or through the Zelle, and then just come pick it up from wherever we're gonna be at. And I say for myself, just currently working at a bakery and just baking myself, that's something that's just always just been easy and fairly cool. Just something that wouldn't take too much money, that wouldn't take too much time, that we can also make, a decent amount of money depending on how we want to, market or how we want to set up and things like that. So the expenses wouldn't cost too much money and everything would just go towards the organization and also and things like that. But why I chose a fundraiser is just because the simple fundraiser is it involves people, it involves talking to people, it involves communication with people, it involves just being able to just talk to people and putting yourself out there and show them about what your organization is doing, about how y'all want to help the community and how anybody else can help by being able to just donate. So fundraisers are kind of important just throughout a lot of businesses and things like that, especially nonprofits. I say, like I was saying earlier, my target audience would just be more focused on college students and also adults like faculty members, just because who wouldn't want a snack in between classes and something that's different, something that they don't have to, go to the vending machine, something they can get some nice fresh baked goods and also show some teachers and some faculty staff, because who don't like baked goods, who don't like things of that sort. So and anybody that would just want to support the organization, that's something that they can just do just to support. Hold on, wait. I think I forgot a slide. I forgot a slide in here, but what I was gonna say is just being able, just having that organization. I'm having that fundraiser there for the organization. It just helps you just put the organization out there and things like that. So, oh yeah, well, I remember he was going with the budgeting. Yeah, so half of the money would just go towards the organization, and then another one would go towards. I mean, it would be like divided up into three separate. Okay, we're gonna divide the money into three separate ways. One is gonna go towards the organization. That's just like for us, like the treasury department of the organization, and then another part of it will just go towards a charity of whatever that we pick, just because we have to give back and donate back to the community. And then the other one would just be catering towards events that we have coming up, for like parties or anything for the campus or for anybody that likes to hang out. So the money is just not really just going nowhere. We're doing these things for the benefit of the organization, benefit of the community, and also to have things that to be able to do like for on campus for other people, for events and hosting things like that. But just again having a fundraiser and just doing small things like this, it just helps you with like techniques about just being able to market yourself and just being able to just be a better business person. You gotta have meaningful eye contact when you're talking to people. You gotta have a purpose of your fundraiser. You can't just be out here taking people money. You gotta be able to maintain your control, maintain your posture, and all the things of that sort. When you're talking to people, you can't just be, just be saying random things because nobody's really gonna want to buy or donate or anything of that sort. You're just not when you're not doing it right or being professional with whatever you're doing. So, like I said earlier, mine's pretty much simple. It's kind of not personal, but a little personal. But this is why I chose the Baked Good for the fundraiser.
That's nice. I like that you mentioned that some of the proceeds were going to go to a charity of you guys' choosing. So I enjoyed that.
So I chose to do a fundraiser, and the event I'm thinking about doing is called the Healthy and Free. And the goal of that is to help the children of St. Luke who are going through cancer with the treatment expenses because those are very high. And I know families can only pay so much when it comes to those expenses. So I was thinking about having the event in Discover Green because you mostly see kids running around playing. And I was also thinking about having food trucks down there as well, along with other activities. And I was thinking about for outside, since it's going to be so hot during the summer, as it's coming up in May. I was thinking about doing a bouncy house or like a little water slide for the kids just to have fun. Then for inside, I'm thinking about doing a building that's like right there, that glass building. I'm not exactly sure. I think it's like a glass building that's right there next to the chairs. But I was thinking about having some indoor activities. And since our product are heels and shoes, I was thinking about having like a activity where they could paint the shoes and stuff. It's for kids and adults. And it's also going to have where they can look at our products as well that are going to be displayed on different shelves. And promoting it, I know someone that can make the flyers for the events. And since technology is so broad, I was thinking about promoting it on Eventbrite, and they can also purchase the tickets on Eventbrite as well. And since everybody is mainly on TikTok and Instagram, I was thinking about having a page for both of those platforms and just promoting it through there. The price is going to be $10, which will be the same price on Eventbrite, and the same prices for door prices. I meant to say like 10 prices, but I just said door prices just for the lack of better terms. But in this case, for those that don't have any cell phones or don't have any service or any type of internet, they do have the option to pay up there as well. And the ticket price is going to include all the food trucks, the drinks, and the indoor activities as well.
I enjoyed the simplicity of AB's project. Selling cakes is like real simple. People have been doing it for years. I also like the idea of making money with Derek's project. It seems like a very lucrative business. Um, for Cameron B, um, I just think that's a very, very awesome, worthy cause that we're thinking about taking it up. And Alexandria, I think painting shoes sounds cool and exciting. If I had to go with one, I don't. I'm sorry, I don't remember your presentation, Cameron. But if I had to choose one, I'd go with Derek's shoe website idea.
And Cameron's was the innovative shopping grocery.
Oh, the shopping cart where you put the stuff in the cart and that. Yeah, that's kind of scary. I'm gonna go with Derek's shoe idea for my choice.
Well, I agree. I'm gonna just mention Derry first. Obviously I like the idea of making money, and then that his idea was it was simple enough to where it's like it wasn't too much hands on. Once you set everything up, it's just really just automatic on the go. And then Cameron's, I really like the innovation ideas. You can't go wrong with making something new, especially that's actually works and it's beneficial. And then Cameron Branch, your idea, that's just something that's just helps like who anything that helps is always good. But and Antoine, what was yours again?
The tours,
The tours.
the grapevine tours.
Oh, okay, yes, yes, yes. But yeah, that was a really great idea. And Alexandria, that was the other fundraiser. Yeah, you can't go wrong with fundraisers. So, but I would choose theirs because it's simpler and then it's something that you can make some money doing.
Antoine, I love that you're all about the teachers, and it's nothing like dealing with kids, whether they're good or bad. It's stressful at the end of the day, and just giving them something to unwind with. And who doesn't like to drink some wine? Who doesn't like to be on a party bus? You know what I'm saying? So I really like that idea. Lex, I liked your idea of just bring the kids out. Discovery Green is a great place to be, and then just having them be creative and paint some shoes. That's a fantastic idea, and I like that. Cameron, I really loved your idea. I really loved the grocery shopping um, idea, just having the cart just know your prices when you put them in, and then you'll just be good to go. And then AB, I love that you're trying to raise money for your chapter, and then donate to the charity. Like I said before, that's really important to me. So I really love that. And Derek, I loved how innovative you are, and just knowing that, girls love a good heel, and that you created a website, you had your prices, you had your shoe sizes. Like, I can tell you put a lot of energy and a lot of time into your project. So, like everyone else said, I would have to go with your project.
Cool, appreciate it. Cameron Branch, I love the idea about health. Health is like really big for me right now. So anything that's dealing with health, I'm always gonna side with that. So I love the idea of getting people, younger people, this younger generation hooked on health right now is good. Um, Lexi, I do love that. Alexandra, sorry, I do love that you want to get the kids outside. I think that's the biggest thing right now is to get kids outside away from electronics. So having them outside and be creative is a plus. Antoine, the tours for teachers. My fiance used to be a teacher, and I know how hard it was for her when she was teaching. So I'm all for anything that can help teachers out. Cameron Washington, that shopping cart is a very, 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 very good idea. I'm hoping that people do innovate that now because I'm tired of checkout lines like everybody else. So I do like that. AB, raising for your chapter and doing something that you love doing is a plus, and I'm always for that as well. If I had to pick, I would pick Cameron Branch's idea because I think health is a big thing.
AB, I like that you were trying to raise money and awareness for your chapter and would um, donate it later on. Cameron Branch, I did love your idea about health. I think this generation should be bigger on health and we should just be more aware. Um, Derek, I love the shoe idea. I like the model that you used. I think the colors really went well together. Um, Antoine, your teacher winery idea, I think that was a great idea because I feel like teachers love wine and to go on a party bus and go to a winery would be a plus for them because I know teachers do go through a lot now with kids. So that was a great idea. Alexandria, like they said, your idea for getting the kids outside away from the screens and getting them painting, I think that was a great idea. I would probably go with Derek's idea though, too, as well.
Alrighty, and Cameron Branch. I like your idea when it comes to health, especially around TSU. You see like Popeyes, like a lot of fried food out here. And then further down the street is just burgers. So it's mainly like unhealthy food choices. So I like how you want to do like something different, have some like at least like up two healthy places out here. And Avery, I like your idea. I like your idea. I think yours was like cakes or something like that. Yeah, I like your idea because I know, especially like early mornings, I know students usually don't have the time to just eat breakfast. So I feel like after class, going to the next class, I feel like that could be like a little quick snack. And Antoine, I like the idea with the teacher winery because I know teachers they are usually just stressed out throughout the whole entire school day. So I feel like that could be something for them to like unwind for a little bit. Um, Cameron Washington, I do like that idea, especially because every grocery store is always like a few longest lines. So I feel like that would be more stress free. And Derek, I like the idea of everything just being like on one website to see like what the shoe looks like, the size and everything, just so they'll know what to expect. If I have to choose one, it will be Avery's idea.